Right, so we should be live on Facebook now, but let me just double check. Oh, we are. How fancy. There we go.
Exciting.
Victoria, how are you doing? Thank you so much for coming on.
I'm fine. Thank you very much for inviting me. This is very exciting.
No problem at all. So, Victoria and I met quite a few months back now, and we were in the same area, and then you relocated to Hull.
Yes, indeed. In
How's that been
January.
going?
Really good. I mean, I think we moved from London just in time. We got here end of January. I got some time to hang out with some family, and then we were locked down.
Lockdown, yes. So, in terms of your fitness in lockdown, I'm guessing that that's not really been very affected because you were pretty active with your home workouts, pretty consistent, long before this. And I know that's something that you've done for a long time and seen great results. So it'd be great to hear a little bit about that.
Okay, so it started because I used to regularly attend Taekwondo classes. I had a ladies taekwondo class that I was regularly attending, but then it closed. Different reasons behind that. And then I was kind of set adrift, and I could notice my health slipping, my fitness slipping, because I was really quite happy with where I was. But I'm not a gym goer. I do not
Mhm.
enjoy it. And also, I've got 3 children that I homeschool. The time, it was stressful just trying to think of how to fit it in. And then I realized I didn't actually want to train at night anymore. It was actually too much of a drain on my sleep because you sort the
Really?
kids out into bed, start your class at 8 till 9, get home, shower. I mean, then it's time for bed, but you don't want to go to bed. I want to have some me time somewhere. So I just didn't
Whatever
want to
that
train
is.
on. I know exactly, but then there wasn't anything during the day around where I was. I'm on Facebook and social media quite a lot, and I found a lady. I was hunting for something, and I found this
Mhm.
lady who ran online things, and you could try it free for 2 weeks. I was like, fine, fine, I'll try it. I'm not into aerobics classes. I don't like doing classes. I don't like being looked at when I'm working out if I don't know what I'm doing.
Mhm. We've all been there.
The self-conscious thing. I mean, I'm on social media a lot, doing silly things in front of the camera, but there is still amounts of insecurity in anyone. Doesn't matter how showy they are. So I tried this and I loved it. And I've been literally doing it every day, give or take some rest days since last August.
Amazing. So just the difference between the results that you were seeing with just doing your class to, kind of having the freedom to do it as you please, fit it in your schedule. Was there any difference there at all?
Lots of differences actually, because I found that there's so much freedom with the online. There are thousands of different workouts. I did want to do the Taekwondo because I wanted to learn the martial arts.
Hmm.
I wasn't just doing it for fitness because actually you can go to a class and not necessarily break a sweat in Taekwondo because you're learning the form and you're learning where to put your arms and etc. and the theory. So it wasn't all about the fitness, but this one, I started with a 100-day program, like the first thing I ever do, and I picked 100 day, which is every day for 100 days. And I don't know why. It's nothing I've ever done before. I started it. I loved the trainer. I loved the community that came with it because it's online Facebook group, so you're accountable to each other. It's a group of it's mostly ladies, and when they're posting their workouts, and I hadn't done mine yet, it really did get me going to get my butt in gear and get my workout done and logged. They were showing their progress photos because you're encouraged to take a photo before you start doing things because really you don't notice changes over time necessarily, unless you weigh yourself every day or measure yourself every day, which I don't. Um, and I noticed such differences in the people in the group. I was like, wow, I really want that. This is exactly what I wanted. So fully involved. 100 days later, couldn't wait for the next program.
Wow. So would you say that, before that you were kind of not an unactive person? Obviously you did your classes, but did it kind of change you as a person as such? Like, now I'm this person who does fitness regularly, turns up, gets it done.
It really has changed because I've got three children. I have three children, and there are 5 years in between each of them. And by the time the third child came around, I did feel quite old. My body just, so I thought I was the person that I was when I had my first
Hmm.
child. And then realized how tired I was and that there were things I couldn't do and the crawling around on the floor and the this and the that. And she's a very, very active child. And I wasn't keeping up. And I was tired all the time. Um, and apart from, I mean, I went plant-based and vegan because of I was diagnosed with fibromyalgia and depression. And that's why I decided to change my whole life around, because I wasn't the sort of person to be happy with staying on medication for the rest of my life.
Mm.
The option that they gave me. So I looked into it myself, went on an anti-inflammatory diet, which had happened to be a plant-based diet. Didn't know anything about veganism previous to that. And then there was a thing that I did do, which is very silly of me, but it's because I didn't have the information. I went on a juice diet to get rid of my weight that I'd gained with the third child and fibromyalgia and depression and medication. I just put on so much weight. And I just panicked and just started starving myself and only drinking juices. I suffered a complete loss of bone density. I had no energy. Oh, yeah, I could fit in some jeans that I hadn't for a long time, but I felt
Yeah.
awful. And then I obviously had to do something about it. So I looked into it and then found out, oh, there's some nutrition information that I should know and should really pay attention to. And then I had the taekwondo, but then that changed. And I noticed that I was losing my muscle that I'd gained. My bones felt a bit weaker. Um, so then when I found the online workouts, everything changed again. I love the fact that change forces you to change your perspective. It's the only constant. You can't stay the same doing anything if you want different results, literally. And I think this lockdown has forced a change of perspective again. These are things that we never thought we could do. These are things I never thought I would ever want to do. I was forced to change because of my illness, because I was dying quicker than I should be. And I couldn't do anything. I couldn't think. I couldn't lay down. I couldn't sit down. I couldn't stand up. Everything was painful. I had to change. I got a new perspective on life, found a plant-based living, worked really, really well. Um, so this lockdown is kind of the same. We've had to be forced to be reliant on ourselves. We've had to force ourselves to find new alternatives, new perspectives. And I mean, having more perspectives can only really make you a more whole person. I
Mm,
mean, right?
absolutely. And
So
it's,
there's a silver lining for everything.
yeah, absolutely. And I think just knowing that it is going to take time to kind of get to that point. And yes, you can have a catalyst like lockdown to push you to a certain point, but you didn't become this person that you are now overnight. And it took time and patience, right? And there's that thing: at first it's unbearable, then it's uncomfortable, and then you're unstoppable. I bet now when you're getting up to do your workouts, when you're eating as healthy as you are for yourself and the family, it's not kind of a thought process of should I have this or that. It's just a habit, right?
Absolutely. I was forced to change my whole lifestyle. And it really has to be a permanent lifestyle change. Diets don't work
No.
because even the word itself, it's so temporary. And then once you're not doing those things anymore, obviously you're going to reset to where you were before. It has to be a permanent lifestyle change. It has to
Yeah.
be.
And this is quite often people get in touch, and I'm sure it's the same with you, and they say, oh, can I have some tips? I just need some tips that are going to help me lose weight. And it's difficult because there's no 4 tips or 5 tips that I can give you that's going to help you. It takes patience. It takes the lifestyle changes. We have to look at motivation, habit, all the different mindset stuff, really, not even fitness, that come into it before we can start to move forwards. And then it's just consistency and keeping doing those rituals that are going to make a difference in you achieving your goal or not, right?
Absolutely. Because, and I understand that so much. The messages where it's just, so how do you get abs? I'm not sure how to answer the question. There's so much behind how to answer that question because everything is so incredibly individual.
Yeah.
I could have a sister look exactly the same, finish each other's sandwiches, and have completely different results from doing the same workout.
Yeah.
It depends on your mental game as well. Something I've noticed, do you know what, how easy it is to distract yourself? When you're doing a workout, if you've literally just got, I mean, everyone is different again in this. If you've just got the trainer shouting at you, do this, do that, do this, do that, the trainer's not actually doing it themselves. Some people can be motivated by that. I'm personally not. When I put music on, I can suddenly do 10 reps more than I thought I could, for example. So there's also a real mental game involved. It's not just eating the right thing. It's not just having the right workout.
Yeah. And it's looking at those marginal gains as well, isn't it? Like, yes, one motivational song might only get you 10 reps, but if you're doing that workout after workout, those marginal gains are going to add up and really help you to get to where you want to be. So the role of the coach and that kind of accountability, how important has that been? And I know it's not always live, is it, with the kind of workouts that you do, as far as I've seen anyway?
Yeah, no, it's not always live. And also the people that are in the accountability group with me, we're not all doing the same workout. Some of us are, but we're not all at the same stage. I like that it's quite flexible. I can press pause if I really need to go to the toilet, or if a child desperately needs, I don't know, porridge. Because honestly, sometimes, you don't wake up at the same time. I homeschool. So even previously, we didn't have a schedule, we have a routine. So we get enough sleep. We're not starting by 8 or 8:30 necessarily. We just do what we're supposed to do. So really, if I can't get to a class, I can't do necessarily a live workout because I can't press pause and attend to something I need to. So actually the flexibility of being able to press pause is really great. I have found that I prefer some trainers to others because
Fair
again,
enough.
that's
Normal.
Some of the workouts have music, which I don't even like. So that puts me on. So, I mean, look, there is something for everyone. My husband uses it and he does his yoga upstairs.
Brilliant. I've seen him on your stories, actually. Not doing yoga, but I think he's doing HIIT workout and whatnot.
Sometimes. But at the moment, he's in kind of a different stage and he wants to do his yoga and meditation.
Fair enough.
Great. Which means he's not doing it in here with me, with my live music.
Yeah. That's I almost think that you're like the lockdown mentor, to be honest. You already know how to homeschool your children, like a pro, which most people have been struggling with. You got your home workouts locked down literally from the beginning. And home cooking, working with minimal ingredients, and that never been a problem for you, right? And I've seen you've been doing quite a lot of baking recently as well. I actually asked for one of your recipes that I've not tried yet, but I will be doing. Black red velvet cake.
Oh my goodness. I just the less said about that, the better. I need to never make it again. Oh my God, it tasted amazing. And I ate most of it myself.
Oh, well, it happens. But this is it, when you know that you're consistent, and tomorrow, or I don't know if you've done your workout, I'm sure you have, it's, you do it in the morning, don't you? You're going to do it again. And once that habit is formed, it's very difficult to take it away, isn't it?
Well, it really is, because I feel, first of all, I didn't even like taking the rest days. I just wanted to get it. But that's because I had some very specific goals I wanted to hit. At the beginning of the program, I just wanted to get back to where I thought I should be. I wanted to feel stronger, and I wanted it to hurry up. I'm not very patient. However, now I realize how important it is to program in rest days to everything. You learn, you live and learn.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do my workout in the morning. I get it done. I mean, how long does it take to form a habit? It's not actually that long. And if I don't do my workout when I'm supposed to, it's not a rest day, I don't feel great. I feel a bit irritated. I mean, I find it's part of my personal care. I don't find going for a massage, or I don't find those appearing in my personal care list. They're not something I enjoy doing. My personal care is my my workout. It's amazing for my mental health. I'm such a better mom if I've worked out in the morning. I'm a nicer person.
Yeah. And that's so important as well, isn't it? You stick in consistently. It's all well and good trying to put techniques in, but the fact of the matter is sometimes we're going to have to do it when we don't want to. This morning was a classic example for me. I could not be bothered to do it, and I feel like that quite a lot, to be honest. But you've just got to push yourself, haven't you, sometimes? And it is uncomfortable, and even when you've got the habit ingrained, there's going to be days that you don't want to do it, and obviously if you're injured, if you're not well, then there is merit sometimes in taking that rest day. But then even if you don't feel like it and you show up and you do, at 50%, at least you're casting that vote that you are the person who commits to a program, and that's going to give you good self-confidence, right? And you're going to come back tomorrow even stronger.
Completely. Does your body care if it's lockdown?
Yeah, exactly.
Does your body care if you really need to watch that next episode on that Netflix series? No. Your body doesn't care. Your body needs what it needs. And this is what makes me do things when I don't want to, especially when it comes to working out necessarily. I have a bit of a mantra which helps me. And some of it is, does your body care, Vicky? Does your body care whether you don't want to?
I like that.
No. You better get it done, because I cannot go back to being ill.
Yeah. And the stakes are quite high when you put it like that.
Yeah, I want to be around to play with my grandkids. If I have grandkids, I want to be able to beat my teenager in a push-up competition. I'm slightly competitive.
Can't tell.
But everyone has their own different individual goals and things that they want. And pretty much, if I think on my deathbed, this is one of the things I ask myself, on my deathbed, will I care about X, Y, and Z?
Yeah.
I feel annoyed or irritated that I didn't do A, B, and C. That's it.
That's a good question. So I know you found the community invaluable, and I won't keep you for too much longer, but the community of the group of people, so other participants taking part in the program, and obviously the trainers and coaches, do you think you could be where you are without help? Because it's such a classic thing, and particularly from males, who they think, oh, I can figure this out by myself. I've been overweight for this amount of years, I've struggled with fitness for this amount of time, I'll figure it out, I'll just go on another diet, I'll just go back to the gym or do this Joe Wicks workout for 10 minutes every day, it'll be fine. What would you say to that?
I'd say at least try it then. However, I would definitely advise getting help, because that's what I've done. And I've done both. I've done because I'm very stubborn and I'll do it myself. Because I'm really impatient. So I've done lots of things myself and got lots of things wrong. Terribly wrong. However, you always learn from your mistakes.
This is
So
true.
weigh that up as well. But once I decided to pay attention, do more research, be more patient, I realized the gaps I was filling in my knowledge. I realized the pitfalls I could have fallen into if I'd have continued doing the wrong thing. I've realized that there are so many things I would have missed. I've realized that there, just having the group just makes you go harder. It makes, and then you realize at the end of the workout, oh, I was about to give up 10 minutes ago. I'm glad I didn't. There's too much that people, these trainers know, apart from having the accountability in the group, which keeps you going. Because we're a social species, we're human beings. We need other people. But the trainers, the things that they know, the way the programs are put together, so you don't injure yourself, then depending on your skill level, there's always a modifier to follow. So that if you're not able to do even a full push-up, there's a way to get through it so that next time you can. So get advice from anywhere. Don't be fear stops people doing so many things.
Yeah.
Be scared to get advice. No one's judging you. If you're going around thinking that everyone's judging you, what's everybody else thinking? They're thinking about themselves. They're not thinking about you. You have to get help when you can, where you can. It's just sensible. Even if you're quite self-motivated and you can do a lot of things yourself, get the experts in.
Yeah. 100%. I mean, I've had a coach for quite some time now, and I'll never not have a coach. I mean, I've got lots of coaches, to be fair, but even for my fitness, it's so vital because, even no matter what and even the most basic stuff, like just setting my macros out for the week, I find I just doubt myself and I need a second opinion, because otherwise I'll end up changing it every couple of days. So my coach sets it. I don't question him ever, even if I disagree. What he says goes, and then I'll try it, and if it doesn't work, then we problem solve. But a good thing one of my other mentors always says is even if your coach is wrong, he's still the best person to listen to, because then at least you're consistent, right?
Exactly.
Is a huge thing.
And there's no one person that knows everything.
No, of course not.
This is something I think would be an advantage to the world if the physics department spoke to the chemistry department, spoke to the art department, spoke to the chemistry. Like, everyone should just keep talking, and they're not. Everyone thinks, I know what I'm talking about. It's fine. And then that department thinks they know what they're talking about. It's fine. But literally, if everyone just conjoined information and talked and was less self-conscious about what they think they don't know, we'd progress so much more.
Love it. Love it. What a great point to end on. So, Victoria, if anyone wants to find out any more about you, or if they really resonate with anything you've said and they're looking for some support or advice, where can they find you?
On Facebook, Victoria Pachoni.
I will link below after, if I can do that.
On Instagram, it's at Vicky Green Gang, because I am the matriarch of the Green Gang family.
Of course.
They went kicking and screaming into plant-based living, and now they love it. We also have a website, greengangfamily.com, which we're planning some new things. And I'd like some of your advice on this, because I know you've got a really, really good podcast going. I'm really impressed with some of the guests that you have on there.
You've been on as well.
Yes. You had Dr. Clapper on.
Yeah, he's amazing. Everyone said, oh, he's such a nice guy. And he really is such a nice guy. So knowledgeable. And he's been vegan like 40 years, and I can't imagine what it must have been like back then. So yeah, a real asset to the community for sure, and to the world.
Yeah, absolutely. We're so lucky now. We don't even realize your Instagram has gone off, I think.
Oh, it has. It's paused. Yes. Why is that? Oh, we're back. We're back. Hello.
What was I going to say?
We were talking about Dr. Clapper being an asset to the world.
Yeah, and yeah, he is, and I can't remember what I was going to say.
And then you were saying then you were saying that 40 years ago it was very different.
Yeah, I was going to make a silly quip about him really not dying of protein deficiency. But we're really lucky. That's what I was going to say. We're really lucky now being plant-based in this day and age. We have so many options.
Mm-hmm.
There weren't the options before. Everything was a fruit or a vegetable, or it was kind of beige colored.
100%.
We have so many options now. There are less and less excuses. And I think the more that we can even just have plant-based meals in the week, the difference you're making to your body and as a byproduct, the planet that we should be leaving in a good state for our children and our children's children. There are just less excuses now. I just want to make one other point actually. Have you looked into epigenetics at all?
Yes. No, I'm not. Can't say I'm an expert, but yeah, I know of it, and I've heard a few people speak about it.
The basic gist is that the way that you live your life changes what you could pass down to a child. So if you live a strong and healthy life, you will pass on those sort of genetics to a child. If you live, I'm just going to say toxic, just in terms of environment, food, emotions, that will be passed down epigenetically to a child. There are studies that show that mothers that are born in wartime, mothers that are pregnant during a wartime and they're stressed, they pass down these things to their children. Their children are more likely to be obese and depressed just because of how their mothers experience being pregnant.
Wow.
Because the womb is one of your first environments. So that being said, the plant-based, non-toxic lifestyle that both you and I are trying to promote is good for your grandkids. That's the basic gist.
Absolutely. And it's just living simply, isn't it? You know, in terms of what our parents always told us, you know, just to eat more fruit, eat more vegetables. It's not complicated. And it's always something that we can all do more of.
Yeah, yes, we can. Listen to your grandparents.
Exactly. Victoria, it's been an absolute pleasure as always. And I will post the links to the places that you mentioned below. And wish you a lovely... It's Monday, right? Yeah, it's Monday.
Yeah.
I think it's Monday. We'll go with that for now. Happy Monday and take care, won't you?
Take care. Speak to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.